Hello everyone, welcome you all to Sri Jayendra Rank Zone classes. I'm your mentor and your friend for the subject biology, and I will be taking the zoology part, that is animal science. My dear students, today I am going to start with a very important topic, vitamins. Vitamins, the study of vitamins is called vitaminology. Vitamins, they were discovered by Leeuwin. Leeuwin, he discovered vitamins. The term vitamin was given by Funk and Hopkins, B1 for unpolished rice in 1912. The term vitamin was given by Funk and Hopkins, especially in respect for B1 from unpolished rice in 1912. Vitamins are micronutrients. They are micronutrients. They are biological regulators and they are metabolic regulators as well. Vitamin theory. Vitamins are important to maintain Vitamins are important to maintain health of individual but cannot synthesize in the body. Vitamins they cannot be synthesized in body. They are always taken in the form of diet. Okay. Earliest known vitamin was vitamin C. James Lind, a Scottish naval surgeon in 1747, he concluded a very important fact that scurvy can be treated by vitamin C. Scurvy can be treated by vitamin C. Earliest extracted vitamin was vitamin B1. The study of vitamin is called vitaminology. Vitamins was discovered by Leeuwin. The term vitamin was given by Funk and Hopkins from B1 from unpolished rice 1912. Vitamins are micronutrients. They are biological regulators. They are metabolic regulators. Vitamins are important to maintain health, but they cannot synthesize in the body. Earliest known vitamin is vitamin C. James Lind, he proposed that scurvy can be treated by taking citrus fruits having vitamin C. Earliest extracted vitamin was vitamin B1. Vitamins are of following types. Based on their solubility, vitamins they are of following types. Fat soluble vitamins and water soluble vitamins. When we were studying about the digestion of lipids, the absorption of lipids, okay, absorption of lipids basically takes place in the central lacteal, which is present just at the middle portion of the villi. These central lacteal or central vein, they absorb all fat soluble substances, and that is why on the basis of solubility vitamins there are following types. One is the fat soluble and the other one is the water soluble. Fat soluble vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E and vitamin K, they are fat soluble vitamins. Water soluble vitamins includes vitamin B complex, vitamin C, they all are water soluble. Vitamin A retinol, it is a fat soluble vitamin. Scientific name is retinol. Can be synthesized in liver from yellow and red carotenoid pigments. Very important. Containing carotene. Carotene is a plant pigment. So vitamin A retinol can be synthesized in liver from yellow or red color carotenoid pigment. Carotene is a plant pigment. It is also known as anti-infectious and anti-cancer vitamin. Vitamin A is considered as anti-infectious and anti-cancer vitamin. It is also known as anti-xerophthalmic vitamin. Anti-xerophthalmic vitamin. Xerophthalmia is zero condition means dry. Ophthalmia means eye, dryness of eye. Okay, so this is what the xerophthalmia, dryness of eye. Isomer of vitamin A are A1, which is for vision, retinol. Retinol is for vision. And A2, dehydroretinol, which is essential for epithelial lining, gland, and tear production. Mean lacrimal gland, and for maintaining the mucosal lining. Maintaining the integrity of mucosal lining. Okay. Deficiency diseases. If vitamin A decreases in its respective concentrations, in the required concentrations in the blood, so if the optimal concentration of vitamin A decreases, then following actions, following controls metabolic reactions which are controlled by vitamin A, they are also hampered, they are also disturbed. So the deficiency diseases because of hypovitaminosis or the deficiency of vitamin A includes night blindness due to deficiency of vitamin A1. It is also known as nyctalopia, inability to see in dark. Nyctalopia or night blindness, which is because of the deficiency of vitamin A1, it basically desensitize the rod cells, because for the formation of rhodopsin and adopsin, vitamin A is required. So rhodopsin cannot be formed, and because of this, the rod cells become desensitized. Okay, and the person feels or seeks to have a blurred vision in dark. Xerophthalmia due to deficiency of vitamin A2. Tear formation is absent, lacrimation is absent, dryness of eye. In this disease, conjunctiva and cornea becomes dry due to the keratinization of conjunctiva and cornea. Keratinization, better considered hyperkeratinization of conjunctiva and cornea. It is the main problem of blindness in children throughout the world. So vitamin A1 is the reason for night blindness, and vitamin A2 is the reason for the xerophthalmia. Okay. Now, source: carrot is a good source. Other sources includes guava, papaya, mango, spinach. They all are good sources of vitamin. So in this slide, you have to remember that vitamin A, two isomers, vitamin A1, vitamin A2, vitamin A1 is retinol and vitamin 2 is dehydroretinol. Okay, or it is also known as retinol. Conversion of retinol is a aldehydic form. It's get reduced to form retinol. Okay, understood? Now coming to the next slide. Vitamin D, calciferol. It is also known as sunshine vitamin or anti-rickets vitamin. It is also known as sunshine vitamin or anti-ricket vitamin. Synthesized in skin from cholesterol by UV light. It is synthesized in skin from ultraviolet light exposure by UV light. It is necessary for bones and teeth. Deficiency diseases includes rickets in children, osteomalacia in adults. Rickets in children and osteomalacia in adults. Source: good source is cod liver oil, shark liver oil for both A and D. Other sources are meat, liver, egg, milk, etc. Vitamin E, tocopherol, alpha tocopherol. It is also known as anti-sterility vitamin or beauty vitamin. The vitamin removes scar and wrinkles from skin because it increases or regulates the cytokines. Cytokines, they are the cellular mediators. Deficiencies causes sterility. Sources egg, meat, cottonseed oil. Okay. So vitamin D, calciferol, vitamin E, tocopherol, vitamin D, calciferol. It is also of two types: vitamin D3 and D4, cholecalciferol and dihydroxy calciferol. Vitamin D3 is for girls, ladies. It is also known as sunshine vitamin or anti-ricket vitamin. It is synthesized in skin with the exposure of UV light. Okay, from cholesterol, it is necessary for bones and teeth. Deficiency disease causes rickets in adults, rickets in children, and osteomalacia in adults. Good sources: cod liver oil, shark liver oil for both A and D. Other sources are meat, liver, egg, milk, etc. Vitamin E, alpha tocopherol. It is also known as anti-sterility vitamin or beauty vitamin. Vitamin removes scar and wrinkles from skin because it regulates the cytokines, cellular mediators which are responsible for the cellular metabolism, including the cellular division. Deficiency disease causes sterility. Source is egg, meat, cottonseed oil. Rickets. You can see infant or a child suffering from rickets, large forehead, stunted growth, odd curve to spine or back, okay, odd shaped ribs and breast bones. Like we have even number of ribs, 12 pair of ribs we are having, okay, but they have odd shape of ribs and breast bones, wide joints or elbow and wrist, large abdomen, wide bones, odd shaped legs, wide ankles. Clinical presentation: skeletal pain and deformities, bow leg in case of rickets, fracture susceptibility. Children suffering from vitamin D deficiency, they are very much prone to fracture, weakness, and hypotonia. The muscles are hypotonic muscles. Disturbed growth, growth is disturbed. Ricketic rosary, prominent costochondrial junctions. Costochondrial junction means the junctions of clavicle and the costal cartilage, means the ribs. Okay, these junctions are very prominent. Okay, these junctions are very prominent. Costochondrial junctions. Okay, Harrison's groove is present. Indentation of lower ribs. Lower ribs becomes, they have present in indentation. Indentation means the lower ribs, like these ribs, they have indented. Means they have ridges like this. They have ridges like this. Okay, like this. Okay, hypocalcemia. Osteomalacia in adults, not as dramatic. Diffuse skeletal pain. Bone is tender. Fractures. The way of walking is disturbed. Proximal muscle weakness. Hypotonia. So this is rickets versus osteomalacia. Vitamin K, naphthoquinone, or also known as phyloquinone, also known as anti-hemorrhagic vitamin, essential for the synthesis of prothrombin. Prothrombin is responsible or clotting cascade. Menadione is the important source of synthetic vitamin K. Menadione is an important source of synthetic vitamin K. Menadione. Deficiencies is cause bleeding disorders, bleeding or delayed blood clotting. Delayed blood clotting. Sources: carrot, tomato, liver, cabbage, etc. Vitamin K, naphthoquinone or phyloquinone, also known as anti-hemorrhagic vitamin, essential for synthesis of prothrombin, which is responsible for clotting cascade. Menadione is an important source of synthetic vitamin K. Deficiency diseases includes bleeding or delayed blood clotting. Sources: carrot, tomato, liver, cabbage, etc. Water soluble vitamins. Vitamin B1, thiamine, it is also known as anti-beriberi vitamin, anti-beriberi factor or anti-neuritic factor, anti-neuritic factor. Vitamin B1 thiamine is very much important in the maturation of peripheral nerves, myelin sheath. So it is also known as anti-beriberi or anti-neuritic factor. Beriberi affects the peripheral nervous system, alimentary canal, and cardiovascular system. Deficiencies is beriberi or Wernicke's encephalopathy. Wernicke's encephalopathy. Wernicke's encephalopathy includes basically burning sensation in hands and feet. Okay. Sources: rice, wheat, egg, and fish, along with pigmentation as well. Plus pigmentation. So vitamin B1 thiamine, also known as anti-beriberi or anti-neuritic factor. Beriberi, matlab thiamine is very important for the maturation of peripheral nervous system and myelin sheath. Beriberi affects peripheral nervous system, alimentary canal, and cardiovascular system. Deficiency disease includes beriberi or Wernicke's encephalopathy, which includes burning sensation in hands and feet plus pigmentation. Sources: rice, wheat, egg, and fish. Vitamin B2 riboflavin. It is also known as vitamin G or lactoflavin or yellow enzyme. Also known as yellow enzyme, lactoflavin, or vitamin G. It is essential for the formation of FMN, flavin mononucleotides, and flavin adenine dinucleotides. Deficiency disease is called chelosis, cracked lips at the corner of the mouth, sore mouth, ulceration in the mouth, digestive disorders, pellagra like, beriberi like. Okay. Sources: cow's milk, egg, liver, yeast. Vitamin B2 riboflavin is also known as vitamins G or lactoflavin or yellow enzyme. It is essential for formation of FMN and FAD. Deficiency disease includes chelosis, that cracked lips at the corner of the mouth, sore mouth, ulceration, digestive disorders, pellagra-like or beriberi-like. Source: cow's milk, egg, liver, yeast. Vitamin B3 niacin or nicotinic acid is also known as anti-pellagra factor or vitamin PP, pellagra preventing factor. It is essential for the formation of cellular metabolic components like NAD, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, and nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. Deficiency is caused pellagra in human beings. Symptoms are diarrhea, dermatitis, dementia. 3D: diarrhea, dementia, dermatitis, and black tongue. And black tongue. Hyperpigmentation, disease in dogs. Sources: kidney, liver, milk, yeast, and egg. Vitamin B5 pantothenic acid, Greek word is pantothen, which is present everywhere. It is also known as yeast factor or chick antidermatitis factor. It is also known as yeast factor or chick antidermatitis factor. It helps in the formation of acetylcholine, which is a neurotransmitter, and coenzyme A, which is required in ETS, electron transport system. Deficiency disease, burning feet syndrome, fatigue, and paralysis of muscles. Coenzyme A is also required in the acetylation of pyruvic acid. Okay, acetylation of pyruvic acid. It is helpful in the formation of acetylcholine and coenzyme A. Deficiency disease includes burning feet syndrome, fatigue, paralysis of muscles. Sources: kidney, liver, yeast milk, egg, meat, etc. Okay. Vitamin B6 pyridoxine. Vitamin B6 pyridoxine, it functions as a coenzyme. It is also known as red antidermatitis factor. Vitamin B6 pyridoxine, it is also known as red antidermatitis factor. It acts as a coenzyme. Deficiency disease is dermatitis, anemia, nervousness. Sources: liver, meat, yeast, and egg. Vitamin B7, biotin. It is also known as vitamin H or anti-egg white injury factor. Egg white contain avidin protein, which is antagonist to vitamin 7, B7, dermatitis, hair loss, nervous symptom. It is also known as vitamin H or anti-egg white injury factor. Okay, egg white contain avidin protein, which is antagonist to mean just what opposite to vitamin B7. So egg white contains avidin protein, which is antagonistic to vitamin B7. Vitamin B7 deficiency causes dermatitis, hair loss, nervous symptom. It is essential for fat synthesis. Deficiency disease includes dermatitis. Okay. Sources: vegetables, yeast, white egg. Vitamin B12, cyanocobalamin, extrinsic factor or Castle intrinsic factor. It is also known as anti-pernicious anemia factor or RBC maturing factor or RBC maturing factor. It promotes DNA synthesis and maturation of RBC. It basically promotes the synthesis of DNA and maturation of RBC. Deficiency disease includes pernicious anemia. Sources: meat and liver. Folic acid, also known as folacin or vitamin M. It is needed for the formation of RBC and synthesis of DNA. Deficiency disease includes anemia. Sources: green foliage of plant like cabbage, cauliflower. Vitamin C, ascorbic acid, also known as anti-scurvy or antiviral or anti-cancer vitamin. It is necessary for healing of wound. Deficiency disease, scurvy, deficient formation of collagen fibers means because of the deficiency of vitamin C, the formation or the working of fibroblast cells decrease, which further decreases the deposition of collagen fibers. The source is amla, tomato, or citrus fruits. So vitamin B12, cyanocobalamin, also known as RBC maturing factor or anti-pernicious factor. Deficiency of this vitamin causes pernicious anemia. It promotes DNA synthesis and maturation of RBCs. Deficiency disease called pernicious anemia. Source is meat and liver. Folic acid, it is also known as folacin or vitamin M. It is needed for formation of RBC and synthesis of DNA. Deficiency disease called anemia, folic acid anemia. The difference is vitamin B12 causes pernicious anemia, which is megaloblastic anemia. Megaloblastic anemia. Vitamin B6 called microcytic anemia. Vitamin C, ascorbic acid, anti-scurvy vitamin. Okay, is that understood? I hope everything is understood. Now, there are some charts I have made. In water-soluble vitamins, ascorbic acid, vitamin C, cyanocobalamin, biotin B7, folic acid, folacin, or pteroglutamic acid, niacin, pantothenic acid, pyridoxine, riboflavin, thiamine. Functions are given: formation of carboxylase enzyme involved in decarboxylation. So thiamine B1 is responsible for the formation of carboxylase enzyme, which is involved in decarboxylation, means removal of CO2 in citric acid cycle or tricarboxylic acid cycle. Vitamin B2, it is responsible for the formation of flavoproteins in oxidative phosphorylation, that is FMN, FAT. Vitamin B6, it helps to form coenzyme for amino acids and fatty acid metabolism. Pantothenic acid, component of coenzyme A. Niacin, coenzyme in hydrogen transport, that is NAD and NADP, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. Folic acid, it is a coenzyme needed for the nucleoprotein synthesis and the formation of RBC. Very important. Biotin B7, coenzyme needed for the protein and fatty acid synthesis, CO2 fixation, and transamination. Very important. So biotin B7 is required in transamination. Folic acid for formation of RBC, niacin for NAD, NADP, pantothenic acid for coenzyme A, pyridoxine for the coenzyme for amino acids and fatty acid metabolism, riboflavin for flavoproteins, FMN and FAT. Cyanocobalamin important for nucleoprotein synthesis, means DNA and histones, and formation of RBC produced by intestinal bacteria. Ascorbic acid, synthesis of collagen, bony matrix, tooth dentine, and other extracellular materials. Metabolism of many amino acids helps body to withstand injury, means it helps or promotes the primary healing process of primary healing. Okay, helps in body to withstand injury from burns and toxicity and act as an antioxidant. Now, vitamin C, vitamin A, they are antioxidants. Vitamin D is also antioxidant, but these are the major vitamins. Okay. Retinol, fat soluble vitamin, calciferol, fat soluble vitamin, tocopherol, fat soluble vitamin, naphthoquinone, fat soluble vitamin. Retinol, principal component of retinal pigments, promote normal vision, growth of bones and teeth, and maintenance of epithelial tissue. Calciferol, absorption of Ca2 plus from small intestine, needed for growth and maintenance of bone, synthesized in human skin in the presence of sunlight. Tocopherol inhibits oxidation of unsaturated fatty acids and vitamin A. Naphthoquinone, essential for coagulation of blood produced by intestinal bacteria. Pyridoxine, no specific disease caused by deficiency of pyridoxine. It mainly is related to the dermatitis and impairment of antibody synthesis. Cyanocobalamin, pernicious anemia, large immature and nucleated RBC, devoid of hemoglobin, megaloblastic anemia. Folic acid, macrocytic anemia, malformed RBCs, impairment of antibody synthesis, stunted growth. Okay, so please rectify that term. I think I have macrocytic anemia. Okay, niacin, pellagra, and antidermatitis. In fact, the black tongue in case of dogs, scaly pigmented skin, irritation of GI tract, diarrhea, biotin vitamin H or B4 or B7, dermatitis, scaly skin, muscle pain, and weakness, hypotonia. Vitamin A, night blindness, vitamin D, rickets and osteomalacia, vitamin E, tocopherol, anemia, manadione, vitamin K, severe bleeding, clotting factor, ascorbic acid, vitamin C, scurvy, failure to form connective tissues, mean the collagen fibers, thiamine, beriberi, loss of appetite, fatigue, muscle dystrophy, paralysis, mental confusion, cardiac edema, riboflavin, no specific disease caused, burning sensation of skin and eyes, lesions at the corners of the mouth, cheilosis, headaches, and mental depression. Vitamin B6, no specific disease cause, dermatitis, impairment of antibody synthesis. So I think vitamins is done. We'll meet in the next turn. We will discuss about, yeah, there are some minerals like iodine, iron, nothing to tell. Iron anemia is caused failure to mature RBC, low hemoglobin condition, weakness, tiredness, reducing learning ability, increased risk of infection, even death during birth. Okay, the types of anemia we will discuss when we will discuss about blood, protein, kwashiorkor, everything is discussed. Yeah, these are the minerals, and the functioning of minerals is very important. Like calcium, it is a component of bone and teeth, essential for normal blood clotting, needed for normal muscle and nerve functions. Chlorine, principal anion of interstitial fluid, important in fluid and acid-base balance. Buffer, Hamburger's chloride phenomenon. Copper, component of enzymes for melanin synthesis, essential for hemoglobin synthesis. Iodine, component of thyroid hormone, its deficiency causes goiter. Iron, components of respiratory pigments like hemoglobin and myoglobin, respiratory enzymes like cytochromes and oxygen transport enzymes. Its deficiency causes anemia. Phosphorus, important structural component of bones, DNA, RNA, essential energy transfer, storage of energy, other metabolic activities, maintains normal blood pH, buffering action. Hypophosphatic H, PO2 -2. Potassium, principal action of the cytoplasm, controls nerve excitability and muscle contraction. Dietary deficiency causes rickets among children. Sodium, principal cation of the interstitial fluid, maintains fluid balance, essential for nerve conduction. Sulfur, components of hormones. Insulin, necessary for normal metabolism. Zinc, component of at least 70 enzymes like carbonic anhydrase and some other peptidases. These are the different minerals, especially zinc, sulfur, sodium, potassium, phosphorus, iron, iodine, copper, chlorine, and calcium. Yeah, okay, that will be all. I think certain diseases are left over, and then we will come directly to diseases I will discuss in this turn only. Hypercholesterolemia is increase in the level of cholesterol, intake of excess of saturated fats such as butter, ghee, red meat, egg. Cholesterol levels in the blood rises abnormally. Hypercholesterolemia. This may cause thrombosis and heart attack. We have already discussed thrombosis, cardiovascular disease. Obesity is caused by excessive intake of high calorific nutrients such as sugar, honey, saturated fat. Fat accumulates in the tissue. This may cause high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart disease. Regular exercise and taking of green leafy vegetables are recommended to such persons. Hypervitaminosis, it is caused by excessive intake of vitamins such as excess of vitamin D causes deposition of calcium in the soft tissue. Excess of vitamin A causes lack of appetite, itching, and rash. Hypervitaminosis, hypovitaminosis. Okay. So that will be all for today. We'll meet in the next turn. Bye bye. Take care. Stay safe.